Hey, it's your buddy Peace and Harmony with you here today, focusing in on the topic that you cannot heal that which is stuck in denial. I find oftentimes that, especially in the covert narcissist relationship and codependent relationship dynamic, that there tend to be avoidance tendencies within those relationship dynamics. Avoidance meaning not wanting to face, not wanting to deal with, not wanting to confront, not wanting to face up. And the covert narcissist will be really an expert at this, an expert in avoiding, especially when it comes to do with acknowledging their shortcomings, acknowledging that they might need to change, acknowledging the needs, wants, desires, and interests of their spouse or significant other. They are very apt to really avoid this. So they might avoid opportunities for discussion, avoid sort of, communication. I'm not good at this. I don't understand people. I don't know how to communicate about this. I'm not good with emotions. I mean, these are all the various sort of excuses you might hear from a covert narcissist, trying to avoid the topic of addressing certain emotional issues which they feel very inadequate to discuss because they've put such a mask out there to the world that they're high achieving, they're perfectionist, they're untouchable, they're superior, they have just a phenomenal track record perhaps in their business or otherwise, but yet there are certain shortcomings or shortfallings in other parts of their life which have suffered because of this pathology or because of these attitudes or mindset, and not really being perceptive to others, not having the the intestinal fortitude, if you will, to admit if they had made a change. So you cannot really heal that which is stuck in denial. So denial is meaning really sort of avoiding the truth. And the codependent tends to be, these are all kind of terminologies here, but hopefully you can understand the dynamics and maybe how it's stunted your growth or created a block in your relationship, or just feeling like it's not moving along or exciting or fun, or where do we go from here sort of question and mentality. Realize that the codependent is someone who exists in a position of what they call enabling. In other words, prior to having the tools, prior to having the understanding and awareness of a narcissist, they will in essence enable or perpetuate that narcissist and that narcissistic lifestyle and abuse. So this can be almost similar to like an alcoholic and having an enabling spouse. So someone who turns the other cheek when they're drinking, someone who just kind of ignores it when they're seeking drinks down in the basement. These are considered enabling behaviors where they perpetuate it and really start to direct their life so that they don't have to make those changes. So be very aware if you are, in a relationship with a narcissist type of individual, if you can find ways so that, you can maybe say, am I perhaps enabling this abuse in my life? In what situation or in what mindset or what attitude that I'm possessing am I perhaps perpetuating this or enabling this to occur? In other words, am I letting them get off the hook? Am I staying with them too long and I shouldn't be loyal to them? Am I not bringing my feelings up? Am I just allowing them to continue to neglect me and ignore me? Am I, running away and not trying to have my needs discussed and aired out, or am I just living in denial with them? Because really, if you continue to live in denial, what is repressed usually ends up becoming expressed later on, but usually in a more negative and toxic way. Oftentimes, it's thought in the psychological community that those emotions that are repressed tends to build up really at a cellular level and cause things like disease. So that weakness, it tends to weaken the immune system, makes it difficult to really sort of withstand stress. So stress has people have become much more sensitive to stress. They experienced depression, anxiety, the heart palpitations, a lot of the immune system disorders, which can involve a lot of the muscle aches, pains, joint issues, things of this nature where it manifests, and then in very severe cases, even issues like cancer, fibromyalgia, which can become very chronic and really prime the system for further outbreaks. So you have to be very, very careful and really understand this and safeguard yourself from this sort of toxic impact. You know, you have to be able to protect yourself against such toxic impact. And how you can do that is really stop living in denial. Break apart the denial and those patterns where perhaps you have let things slide that you didn't, you weren't yet strong enough to have confronted. And so as you get more empowered, learning the tools here on the channel, make sure that you're addressing those little by little. It doesn't mean you have to make huge, gigantic strides every day, but so that you're moving in a positive direction and progressing in your life and knowing really how to navigate those encounters really productively so that they're best serving you, your interests, and you're living fulfilled and not just in a victim mentality or status. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos do help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.